What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about, for starters, Roy Jones. Roy Jones said, regards to the fight with Mike Tyson, he said that he might have made a mistake, agreeing to fight Mike Tyson. Now, a lot of people, everybody, of course, you form an opinion based on things that you hear. We all have our, views. Now, me personally, I don't know if this is just part of him, his promotion, or if he's just speaking from the heart, saying like, yo, I probably really shouldn't even be fighting this guy. Who knows? Roy is the underdog, heavy underdog. I don't think anybody but other than the people in his corner really thinks that he can win. I'm not talking about he has a chance, he has to do everything right. I'm talking like confidently like, oh, Roy is going to beat Mike. You have far more people that believe Mike is going to knock Roy out in probably one round on top of that. Now, if Roy Jones feels, and I was asked, you heard about it? Yeah, it did. You heard what Roy said, and what do you think about that? If Roy really feels like that, he is human. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like he's like, man, I hope Mike go light on me. Man, I don't know. He's just saying, I might have made a mistake fighting Mike. Okay, maybe you did. But at the same time, that's what fighters do. We fight. You got two fists, he has two fists. People think that Mike Tyson is superhuman, and they're like, this guy's not human. He's 55. He shouldn't be able to do what he's doing. Mike is this, or 54, whatever he is. And they're like, Mike is this. So yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty sure people, Roy see comments. He watch videos. He read comments, and he knows that he's by far a huge underdog. Now, the last thing people want is for Roy to pull out of this fight. Okay. At the same time, now, if that is part of the way he's just promoting it, like, David and Goliath, he's the underdog, and, it could get people, and more people to swing towards wanting to see him win, even if they don't believe he can win, but wanting to see him win, because a lot of times people go with the underdog. Now, this is Mike Tyson we talking about. He's very popular, and people just, Mike is he's that guy that people are just like, Mike's that guy. Vander kicked his ass twice, and I don't think Evander gets the love, not nearly as much people talk about Evander or feel about Evander the way they do Mike Tyson, even though, and that's probably why as well, because he beat his ass twice. But anyway, that's another story. So I believe that, I don't know. It's one, if he's just speaking from the heart, because people want to see the fight. You accepted it. You said it was no way you was gonna turn it down. So that would be contradicting if he really, like, maybe it just hit him like, damn, what did I just do? But how could you? This is the fight you said you wanted, forever. Now you got it. So I don't know if that's just a part of him, promoting, trying to, get people to like, go for the underdog. Who knows, man? So that way, when the fight happens, it's not like, it's like 95% Mike Tyson crowd. It's like, probably, well, it's going to be an empty arena anyway. Unless they figure something out where they have a location where they can, have at least a small crowd. I don't know. But at the end of the day, even just in general, the fans in general, where it's like, they're looking for the event itself, not just a one-sided massacre, because that's the way everybody see it. And I think until the fight actually happens and plays out, that's what everybody's going to believe regardless. So what might happen in the fight, who's going to do what, who knows, man. But yeah, Roy Jones made that comment. No, Roy's not acting like a bitch. He's not acting like a coward. He's not acting like a punk. You got a lot of fighters who get butterflies and get nervous before fights, and a lot of times probably feeling scared, the nerves getting to them, because just the event itself, not so much the fighter, but as well as being like having some fear of the fighter. But you got to understand the one thing: Okay, the one thing that you got to understand, you catch a person right, they can go down. And even though Mike looks impressive in those training videos, nothing's coming back at him. So we don't even know how well Mike Chin is. Let's just be realistic. Everybody's talking about how savage like he look. Yeah, Mike always looks like a beast when he's hitting the mitts. Always. Even the fights that he got his ass whooped. People, oh, he looks more focused and more. How the fuck does he look more focused? We haven't seen him spar any fucking body. We've seen him hit mitts. How the fuck does he look more focused? That comment is like, come on, man. I can see if you're saying he still looks ferocious. Okay, yeah, he looks ferocious. He's, that's his style, the way he fights. Yes, he just had that explosiveness. But we haven't seen him spar anybody. I've even seen video of Mike Tyson sparring. He's not fucking sparring. He's hitting mitts, man. He's more focused now than he was back when he lost. And this is just people that's Mike Tyson fans that's just trying to hype themselves up to believe that Mike somehow turned the clock back and we're going to see 21-year-old Mike again. Like, but anyway, yeah, Mike looks solid. He looks ferocious. I've seen some training videos of Roy. Nothing we've seen Roy do make you feel like, man, this is going to be a great fight. Oh, it's starting to... No, you can't compare what you've seen because Roy... And when Roy... You notice like when Roy's hitting the mitts, Roy, he'll throw jab, one hand, double left hook or something like that. But not fluid combinations. Just, one hard shot move, 1, 2, move. 1, 2, move, one hard shot move. So, of course, that doesn't, looking at that is like, damn, Roy, you're going to get killed. I'm pretty sure that's what people feel. But we'll have to see. Yeah, he made that comment, but the fight's still on. No, nothing's called off. And it is what it is, But I will say this. On the downside of that, too, to say that may give people an indication that Roy's going to go in there and be scared to let his hands go. That he's going to be so cautious of trying to not get hit that he's not going to, have any or offense like he did against Tarver in the rematch. How he barely would let his hands go. He fought Glenn Johnson and wouldn't let his hands go. And we've seen that in a couple of fights where like his confidence wasn't there. And fighting somebody like Mike, like he said, once he get tired, then he's mine. Well, I think personally the best thing Roy can do is try to get his conditioning to the point where, how much he can do from the time he's been training up until, when is the fight, November, who knows? Because he's not going to be, Roy's legs was a big part of his style as well, because Roy got a danger with his legs and his hands are so super, fast that, his countering ability, Roy was very elusive. He wasn't a Mayweather or James Toney type elusive. He was elusive on it, more like an Ali type elusive. Roy's legs was a big part. Roy can't move like that anymore. He can't move like he used to. And he's younger than Mike, but he can't move like he used to. So Roy is gonna have to be able to, when he throw those shots, slide to his right or his left, depending on where he needs to go to get out. Keep that little distance. He's gonna have to put his jab out there. He's gonna have to throw quick, fast, hard shots and get out. And the more he can, the longer he can sustain that. I mean, first off, I think if it's an exhibition, first off, right? I think that if Mike Tyson doesn't knock Roy out, people are going to start yelling fix. Or they're going to say, Mike took it like he held back on him. There's no way Roy could go 8 rounds with Mike Tyson. That's what people are going to say. If this was an actual knockout in the fight, people would expect that. Nobody's going to feel like, oh, damn. No, they're going to be like, man, come on, we knew Roy wasn't going to last. That's what they're going to say. Now, let's say Roy knocked out Mike Tyson. People would start yelling fix for that. Like, oh, man, I don't know why Mike did it, but he let Roy win. I mean, it would have to be something like crystal clear. But I'm telling you guys, in an exhibition, okay, these guys are not allowed to go hard like that. And, y'all might not realize this, and y'all might not think this means anything. And I don't say random shit just to say it. Mike Tyson has been around the wrestling business for a long time, and Mike loves wrestling, so Mike knows how to be a showman. Okay, Mike knows how he's learned that, how to, sell a fight And what do you think he was doing when he remember that crazy shit? I fuck you in your ass, make you love me, punk. Biting Lennox Lewis on the thigh and all that crazy shit. What do you think, man? Like Mike has been involved with WWE. He's been involved with AEW recently. Come out there ripping his shirt off, posing, and Mike loves wrestling, so Mike learned. He knows it's about selling. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Either way, it's an exhibition. I'm not looking at this fight. I'm not a fucking fool. I'm not watching this fight thinking we're going to see a prime Roy and prime Mike. Those days are long gone for both of them. I don't give a shit how explosive he looks on the pads. As far as him beating Roy, yeah, more than likely that's what's going to happen. But at the same time, you're going to watch it anyway, so does it matter to even talk about that to that point? Like, all this trying to assume? No, just watch and see what happens. That's all I can say on that. Now, let me get off of that and get on to something else real quick. Sugar Hill lands in the UK. He's working with Tyson Fury. They take a tour of Tyson Fury's gym. They have a big mural up on the wall, or more like I think it was a picture, maybe a painting or something. I think it was a picture. Yeah. And basically, it was the shot, that famous punch with Fury punching Wilder in the face, and his lips is all like got the cartoon effect look. Well, in that video, they're both making fun of Mike Tyson. My bad. Deontay Wilder. They're both making fun of Deontay Wilder. They're like the punch that heard around the world or shocked the world. And then Sugar Hill is touching the glove to pick the part of the glove on the picture going, check and make sure there's no metal object in there. Fury said it actually. Yeah, check first, make sure there's no metal object. Yeah, I don't feel anything. Just making fun of the situation. Okay? Now, I don't want to get into this shit in long detail because I've already did that enough. And, talking to eggheads or not, whatever. They don't get anything. So I'm not focused on them. I'm talking to my family now, okay? My family, my subscribers, my family. Y'all, I don't call y'all my subscribers. I call y'all my family. I'm talking to my family now, okay? If Tyson Fury was going to prison, okay? Do you think that this guy be walking around doing a tour of his gym, preparing to fight? Remember all those videos Dante put out, Dante's Boxing Nation? Tyson Fury could be facing serious jail time. Tyson Fury could be facing this and this and this and this. What Tyson Fury, he's going to jail. All these different channels jumped on that and pressed all the, like they put all this out here, right? Now, for all the people that's not part of the family, whoever, think about this. How many fucking times do y'all have to strike out before you realize you got to change your stroke, bro? You're not going to hit the ball. You're swinging the same way every time, and it's not working out for you. Think about it. These motherfuckers, if there was 6 different, for every, just say there's 6 allegations, these motherfuckers are 0-6 with their fucking claims of evidence and proof and this and that, and the doctor's going to speak it up. They have not produced shit. They can't produce nothing. The people that's coming, the few people that spoke and said this and that and talked about what this guy, what he did and who said what, and then this guy Nicholas Asbury or whatever you call his fucking self, they're sitting there talking about, oh yeah, he had an egg white in his bag and he did this and he did that. And listen, if you guys ever had a fucking fist fight before, and I assume 99.9% of you haven't, that's why y'all talk the dumb shit that y'all talk. First off, if you've had a fist fight, you know it's a completely different effect on your face than a padded glove. If you watch bare knuckle fighting, okay, I watch a lot of it, and I've had a lot of bare knuckle fights myself. When you hit a motherfucker with your bare knuckle, he splits, he cuts, okay? Did you see Deontay's face? Did his face look sliced up? And no, his mouth was like his mouth, he's bleeding from the mouth. His ear was cut. You know what I'm saying? But no. Watch bare knuckle fighting. If this man went, when they stopped? 7th round, they stopped it? If this man, because Fury was hitting him, with a lot of flush punches. If this man had no padding in that glove, he would have sliced Wilder's face up way more than he did. If he had a fucking egg white in his bag, if he truly hit this dude, especially with those type of blows, no doubt Fury would have broke his hand, and Wilder would have had far more damage done to his face than what happened. But of course, you guys, will come up with some Puff the Magic Dragon stupid ass excuse to try to make it sound relevant. And all we've been saying from day one is bullshit. Show us some proof. Y'all making the claims. The burden of proof is not on us. The burden of proof is on the people saying, I have proof. Okay, well, where is it? Oh, we're losing this battle now. It's been about 7 months. Let's start changing it and say, okay, they're attacking Deontay Wilder. They're saying every time he says something that they misconstrue what he say. You notice the interview with Lance Pugmire? Where he talked to Lance Pugmire, and Lance Pugmire on his Twitter said what he said about everything. About the costume being too heavy. He simply had no legs because he had a heavy 45-pound costume on. And when he said he's exercising his rematch clause, he wants the rematch and all of that. So basically, he said everything Wilder said, but he made the costume part up. And he was never approached about that. Not by Wilder, not by Tate Jones or anybody. Now, he says he thinks that Wilder's going through a depression, right? And who knows? All the activities, I've said this before, that we've seen Deontay doing, maybe that was a way to cure his depression. I've went through depression before, so I know what that shit feels like. Let me give you an example of something, how people can pull wool over your eyes. Look at, how long ago was it Keith Thurman and Crawford was going back and forth? And Keith Thurman is talking about send the contract, right? Okay. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a video where Keith Thurman was 191 pounds, and that now he's down to 171. If that's true, he's still got a long way to go to get to 147. And what did it say? It was depression weight. I don't know. I've yet to watch the video. But if this is true, this is my point. Look at all the shit Keith Thurman was just talking a couple of weeks ago. Just a couple of weeks ago. So he was not nowhere near fight shape. But talking. And, we don't know what a person, like, we focused on the boxing. That's all we should be focused on is the boxing. Okay? Not trying to get in people's personal lives, but you don't know. Sometimes people have bad marriages. They go through things in their personal life. They got a sick relative. Somebody died in the family. We don't know what goes on in a person's life. So for somebody to say what Deontay feels, how he actually feels, how the fuck do we know that? We can only go about what he says, and he hasn't been saying anything. And he said, she said, is not a way of making it in life. And so now, with all of these rumors and allegations that was never addressed, it doesn't make a difference. People are always going to have that asshole vibe. Well, such and such said. Well, I don't care what such and such said. You call out of work. Do somebody call for you, or do you call, or do you not make that call? And I know a lot of jobs are like, no, you have to be the one to make that call. And you know the reason why people do that shit 99.9 times out of 10? Because they're lying. They're not sick. And they don't want to face the music, so they just have their wife call or their brother or sister, whoever. Oh yeah, just tell me about cousin. Like, yeah, like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, this, that, whatever. Tell them I'm throwing up and whatever. And they'll tell you, well, you have to make that. They put it in writing to make it a rule now. So now you don't make this call, and someone calls for you, you're not getting paid, or you're suspended, or whatever the stipulations they have in there. Okay, on to something else. I want to address all these little minions that run around here, defending their favorite fighters or their favorite channels like we really care. Because we don't. I know I certainly don't. Okay, let me say this. And I had to tell somebody this too the other day. Because I did a breakdown on the video and I talked about the interview with Kurt DeVille, Counterpunch Boxing and Tate Jones. First of all, I like Kurt's channel. Kurt has knowledge of the fight game. Now, does that mean I see eye to eye with every opinion he has? No. I don't think people should attack Kurt. And I'm not like, I don't, whether Kurt realizes it or not, if I agree with comments that people make in regards to how he held back in that interview or something that they don't agree with that he said, yeah, I can agree, like, yeah, I feel that way. Or, okay, yeah, I see that point. But when they are like, oh, fuck you, Kurt, you're a sellout, I don't hit the like button on those. Why? Because even if I agree with part of your point, I'm not calling Kurt a sellout. I don't know Kurt, never met Kurt. Kurt is my black brother. I've never met Deontay or Dante Boxer. That's my black brother. I think he's full of shit most of the time, but yeah, that's my black brother. Deontay Wilder, I don't know this guy. That's my black brother. My own fucking relatives, my blood relatives. If I don't agree with what you're saying, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. Yes, men, they help you stay in the same place. People who love you, people who care for you, will tell you. They'll correct you when you're wrong, or they'll just beg to differ on certain situations. I don't disagree with what a person is saying just to be optimistic. I just want to be a jackass and just, no. We see things differently. Kurt DeVille, Counterpunch Boxing, Sporting Icons, those are two of the channels, Showbiz, the adult. I watch these guys' channels. If I had a problem with Kurt DeVille, what the fuck would I check his video? I'd be like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I don't have a problem with anybody personally, because first off, you could never do shit to me. There's nothing that they do to me by giving their opinions. It just does. We just don't agree with everything. That's all. Now, if you take this Deontay Wilder situation out the picture, other than this Glovegate shit and all that, I don't even go on Dante's Boxing Nation. It's only when some shit comes up, like this was ridiculous, because there's been many times out of the years that I've seen shit that I would be on their channels and just checking out the boxing news that's going on, and it's like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you little minions come jumping up, running your mouths, and most of you motherfuckers ain't never even seen the inside of a gym, and you talking to people that's in a gym, that actually fight, that actually know how to fucking kick ass, and it doesn't mean any one person knows every goddamn thing, but one thing, if I don't know, I'll tell you, no, I don't know. And then you know, my thing is, y'all are not understanding the big picture. Y'all looking at some bullshit that y'all want to see. Making up shit. Oh, Deontay Wilder speaks. Deontay didn't say shit. And you sit there with a picture of Deontay's face. You're deceiving your followers, first of all. That's what you're doing. They're not even subscribers, they're followers. And the one thing that I don't like is how they sit here and come with all of this. Look, all this racist shit, it's not changing anything. We just had a situation in Detroit where it was a group of black guys that came to eat. Just like anybody, they told you have to put a mask on to come in. You know? And basically, it's just a surveillance camera, so you don't hear anything, but, you know, it was on the news. It was like, the news clip is like 2 minutes and 7 seconds or something like that. So, bottom line is, like, the one guy, he gets pissed, and he punches one of the workers in the face, and then the other guy might have been the manager. He was, you know, like, had like a button-up, slacks or whatever. He punches him in the face. And they leave out the store, but then they're making a scene. And then you had people going, that shit was so stupid. What the fuck, man? This is social distancing. If I got my kids, or I'm in public somewhere and somebody's walking around, I'm sitting there and they're too close to me, I feel some kind of way too. And at the same time, I had to tell the person, like, hey, bro, listen, did they sit you here? Was you seated? He's like, nah. I said, all right, not for nothing though. Everybody's sitting over here is family. We chilling. When we go to the buffet, like, you know what I'm saying? I noticed you didn't have your mask on. I'm telling you, because somebody else in here gonna see that shit. It's gonna be a bigger deal. But also, it's only right. And he was like that. Oh, my bad, brother. You right, man. Yeah, you right. And I guess he went and told him he had to go to his car to get his mask, because that's what he came back with a mask. You know, I wasn't trying to punk the dude no, it's like real shit, man. We all going to the buffet, and he's the only one in the whole store that didn't have a mask on. Now, are y'all so dumb to think, oh, well, how come you only said to the black guy? Well, in this case, it was only the one black guy that didn't have a mask on. I don't give a fuck if he was plaid. I'd have told anybody that shit. I give a fuck if he was 7 feet tall, 800 pounds. Yo, bro, you need to put a mask on. Like, seriously, man. And it wasn't about disrespect. I came to the dude polite, and I didn't call him out in front of people. I just went to him like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? We all, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit. And you see people around looking around, and, yo, like, pointing. And so he realized that too. People are saying this was dumb shit. Oh, what about when this and it? Bro, listen. See, y'all make everything a racial situation. When here it is, these guys were clearly wrong for what they did. Put yourself in those same shoes. Maybe you too stupid and you have people sit there coughing on you, coughing on your food, and you getting COVID. Somebody dear to me just told me the other day they got that. I know a couple people that got that and they didn't even know they had it. So you got to be careful. So all of a sudden, you know, and it's crazy because all we're supposed to be doing is watching these fights, and then we analyze what we saw and we make videos about it. We come to the family and let them know what we saw, what we think, what y'all think. But you always got these fucking fake false prophet, we shall overcome motherfuckers. You see, my brother, we gotta infiltrate the perpetrator that's trying to perpetuate and perpetrate the situation, you know, and take over the minds of the young black man. Get the fuck out of here with all that bullshit, man. We over here talking about fights, and then yet we're sellouts. You heard me come to Kirk DeVille's defense and Showbiz the adult's defense, IBFP, Two Head, all of them. What's the other guy? Casual Boxer. I don't know any of these guys personally, and I'm like, so everybody's a sellout. Go check my archives. I'm like, so we all sellouts because we don't jump on that racist bullshit when there's nothing racial going on. So what was racial? They're talking about Tyson Fury's white privilege and, oh, you're supporting the same person that oppressed you, so British people are our oppressors. Bro, we're trying to end this racist shit. We're trying to put a cap on this shit. We're trying to make motherfuckers understand this is for some suckers and we ain't trying to be down with that. If it was some racial shit going on, oh, I don't bite my tongue. Y'all know there's no filter with me. Y'all know that shit. And if you knew me personally, you'd really have a lot more respect than you actually do now if you actually knew me personally. At the end of the day, what it comes down to, two people fight. The person that most people wanted to win, or a certain group of people wanted to win. And when I say that, I'm not so much talking about skin color. I'm talking about just in general. Like, that person's fans are disappointed, but they can't accept the fact of what happened, so they got to make up stupid-ass excuses. I want to hear all that bullshit, man. We're watching fights. So, again, I guess Sugar Hill is a sellout for training a white fighter. And Tyson Fury. I guess James Buddy McGirt is a sellout. So why do y'all sing his praises and talk about how great he was as a fighter and a trainer? Because he trained Arturo Gatti to fight against Floyd Mayweather, who's black, right? I guess Muhammad Ali's a sellout for letting a white man and Angelo Dundee be his trainer. I guess Deontay Wilder's a sellout because last time I checked, Shelly Finkel is what? White. What is JD's? White. So everybody else, you finger point because all of y'all are so perfect. All these other you guys are so perfect, so everybody's a sellout, or we just don't get it. And all I see is excuses on top of excuses. Nothing that y'all say comes into fruition. And y'all still, all your minions are still sitting there like not realizing, man, these guys keep striking out. They keep making all these claims. Oh, Fury's afraid now. He knows that Wilder's going to drop a mountain of evidence. Oh, I've heard, and I'm sitting there like, wow. Guess what? Following week, nothing happens. Week after that, nothing happens. Week after that, nothing happens. And y'all still sit there waiting. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, all of this getting angry and acting like you're married to these people, y'all can do that. That's your business. I'm not buying it. At the end of the day, it's about boxing. If it was some shady shit going on, I wouldn't bite my tongue to speak about it. But at the same time, I'm just not down with people making accusations. It's 10:16. I'm in my Jeep driving right now. Somebody could say, I just robbed the bank. I just raped somebody. And guess what? If you got a bunch of delusional lying-ass motherfuckers, I could spend time in jail for being framed. It wasn't me, but somebody said they saw you. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. Hopefully we get some boxing sooner than later. I'm not crossing my fingers and hoping for nothing. I just take everything day by day. I have a life to live, and I love boxing. You know, and I'm not gonna lose sleep if it doesn't happen, but that's what we're looking forward to. I want my channel to be enjoyable. We can agree to disagree. I have no problem with that. Any of these idiots that come on here trying to be jackasses and want to be disrespectful, I just block and delete you, because first off, all that typing tough shit don't mean nothing. All that, oh, motherfucker, you're a fucking hater, you're a fucking liar, lying about saying that you motherfuckers have no facts. Yeah, I'm the liar, but where's your facts? Right. Anyway, all positivity, man. My slogan is that slogan for a reason. Randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. I have no reason. What the fuck would I hate Deontay Wilder for? He ain't never did shit to me. I ain't the one got my ass whooped. You did. What the fuck? Why would I be upset? I don't get mad. You never hear me. I'm mad. I get mad because no, I don't get mad about none of this shit. This doesn't control my life. It doesn't dictate anything in my life. Anyway, to my family, I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. All of y'all stay safe. Much blessings to you, your families. And let's just keep it positive. Let's enjoy this channel. Let's enjoy talking about boxing. Let's have fun on this shit. Not sit here and get into our feelings and want to show hate and disrespect. I love people from wherever. You show me love, I show you love. My family's mixed, and regardless, I could not see myself teaching my kids to hate people because of their skin color. I could not see how would I feel if my kids coming home. We done dealt with racist shit all the time. All the time I see shit. Yes, does white privilege exist? Of course it does. Yes, it does. Does white supremacy exist? Yes, it does. So for all you, like I'm taking up for some racist, well, who's the racist? Who am I taking up for? You didn't hear me one time say, oh, Tyson Fury would never do that. I don't know what he would or wouldn't do. I'm telling you motherfuckers that what you call evidence is not evidence. It's allegations. Simple. So ain't no Sambo shit going on over here. If you have something concrete to stand on, show it. But how the fuck would you do that? When I've said a million times, now I'll say it again. The only person that could present that evidence is Deontay Wilder. Plain and simple. On to something else real quick. I don't know if I'm going to take a little break from this because I got a lot going on. I might be pulled away from making videos for a little bit, but you know, y'all can always comment. I'll always respond. If I did miss anybody's comments, I never, like not purposely try to not answer people. A lot of times, I don't know if it's a Wi-Fi situation. Sometimes, even like when I'm in my house, I'm trying to respond to certain things that just won't let me. I don't know what's going on with that. But if I see a comment late, I'll respond to it, whatever. Even the stupid ones, sometimes like, I don't even know how that makes sense, but whatever, man. Family, just keep it respectful, and let's just enjoy this channel. Otherwise, I don't get involved in bullshit. I shut this motherfucking channel down and walk away from this shit if y'all felt stressed about it. There's no reason for anybody to feel stressed. I don't look forward to starting my day off with negativity. At no point in my day am I looking for controversy. So, this is why I'm not sitting here in a rush. I don't need 1,000, 15,000, 20,000. I don't need to have a bunch of motherfuckers on my channel so we can sit here and argue and go back. I don't even want that. Anybody who respect my channel is for completely different reasons why they respect other people's channels for the most part. So the smaller the number, I'm cool. It'll grow. How big? It doesn't really bother me. I do this. I have fun doing this. A lot of y'all making fun for me. Shout out, salute to my family. Love you guys. I will catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe.